Yo, what's up, guys? Lord Mafka, aka Rogan Ozran, back at you with another video. And in today's video, I want to talk about why some men cannot have confidence. This is a very tricky topic to touch on because you have so many men who view that the confidence of man should be within himself and he should confine in his own ability to make something of himself in real life. But when you've lived a very hard life, when you've had people pick on you for no reason, when you've had people bully you nonstop, I mean, it's barely impossible to be confident as a guy. Whether that's in finding a job, being around your peers, your family, or especially when it comes to dating. I mean, men have it so hard nowadays to where it makes no sense for why a man will want to actually put his all into it from the beginning. Look how many guys who got to the top and yet they're still suffering very badly. They haven't even had a relief of their suffering. I mean, they're still going through what me and you are going through on a daily basis, but just with a bigger income. I mean, these men, when you think about it, all they did was just increase their suffering. They have more to lose now. So that's why I say success isn't all that, guys. I mean, you have to look at like if you're a guy who has like good qualities already, if you've been someone who's always been successful, of course your confidence is going to be through the roof. If you have good experiences in dating, if you have like somewhat good experiences when it just comes to people in general, socializing and mingling with them, of course you can be confident and just be more free flowing to the public to see. And on the other note, you have men of the black pill community who cannot be confident at all. You really can't look at yourself the same when you've experienced so many failures because people fail to understand that the things that you go through in life really shapes your mentality of how you see the outside world. If you're constantly just being beaten all day, if you're being tortured, I mean, you're not going to see life as a good thing, right? So, yeah, this should be common sense for most people, but they don't understand that people go through different things in life, and it gets harder for some people. Not everyone suffers to the same extent of how other human beings do. And we all have it bad in some aspect of our life, whether that's our mental health and how we see ourselves. And it's just the uphill battle when you've been a man who's been outcasted, bullied your whole life, when you've been looked down upon just for existing. That's something that will give you nightmares for the rest of your life. Just being bullied by your peers, your own family that you're supposed to love and trust and confide in. When they start bullying you, then you know your life is just downhill from here. And the only thing that's going to make it seem just somewhat better is just isolating yourself from all these toxic people and environments. Like, who cares about getting a degree? Who cares about trying to be the most successful person in the room? These are all just superficial things that will not bring you true peace of mind at all. So when it comes to the mental health of men, we really have to look at how the suffering has just really affected men, especially in the black pill community. Because a lot of us started off as very, optimistic young men. And this just shows you the difference between people who were fortunate enough not to experience what we went through. you know. So whenever you have these normies gaslighting you saying, "Oh, just be confident, bro. Just believe in yourself." And people will take you more seriously. It's not that simple. People want things that are beneficial to them in their life. If you're not an attractive person in society's standards, if you're not a person who's wealthy, if you're not a person who's full of crap promoting just degeneracy, no one wants anything to do with you, really. When you're trying to keep a clear cut and honest message with people, you're going to find yourself at the butt of being the most hated person in the world. I mean, that's literally what it's going to feel like. Most men cannot even fathom or dream of having just good things in their life, you know, whether that be in dating, whether that be just having a good job, having good health overall, being able to express yourself without any type of disdain or emotional lack of, meaning sympathy, right? Most men cannot even dream of having lives like that to where they have a support system around them. And most of the support systems around younger guys nowadays in our age groups are very faulty and don't even help us. Even for guys in their mid 20s. I mean, it's useless to just go out there and put yourself out there when you already know the end outcome of it. This is why I'm always telling men on my channel, you must escape the West. Just focus on your job and saving up a certain amount of income and escaping the West. Whatever you choose to do from there is your choice, but I'm a big advocate for men leaving the Western world and forgetting about just people around them totally if they have to. It's not easy living as a person who's scarred with just such bad experiences, you know. I can recall one time when I was younger, you know, all because I didn't get with the programming correctly. It was in a math class to where, yeah, I think I was in fourth grade and my teacher, what was her name? Miss Kelly, yeah. I couldn't do this math problem correctly and you know, the kids in class, they usually would just laugh if you was just called on the spot by the teacher and you're sitting there like, oh crap, what do I say? And she used to call me a lot and she would literally do it on purpose because she know I wouldn't know the answer to it, you know? And she would be like, oh, yeah, what about you? And I would be like, yeah, I really don't get it. I don't know. And just everyone in there would just start laughing. So when you look back on things like that, especially with a teacher who's supposed to teach you things in a certain format without shaming you for not knowing. They didn't even try and get me tutoring, which is what you see the result of not even just being an unattractive person, just being a person that people just don't like because they see that you have a truth in you that can shine to the world and you can influence others to really look at life realistically. People tend to judge you for that, you know, and just experiences like that to where having just people in your life that you were told that you can trust and communicate with just turn their back on you, ridicule you and bully you. And yeah, I mean, a lot of teachers love doing that to their students. They love bullying, you know, putting their students on the spot. I mean, they get some type of enjoyment out of it, you know, especially the modern female teachers. But other than that, you know, when you experience like things like that, you really can't confine in yourself and be confident, you know, because you haven't had enough good experience to know what it's like to be a man who's attractive. You don't know what it's like to be a man who's depended upon in a good way. You don't know what it's like to be a man that's truly idolized by people, and missing out on experiences like that can really hurt your self-esteem and just send you down the toilet. I mean, you're going to have a lot more days where you're waking up feeling like you're not worthy. And I remember saying that the former president Barack Obama used to say, yes, we can. It's in real life for most men, it's no, you can't. I mean, you really have to look at reality very coherently and ask yourself, what's going on in my life? What am I experiencing? What you experience right here and right now is what you are. You are what you go through. It doesn't matter whether you're having a good experience in that moment or bad experience. That's what you are in that exact moment. And the more experiences you have, that's what you will be. And you will feel like. It's very hard to get out of that frame of mind to just think positive and just hope for the best. These are this type of certain ideologies that really hold men back because you can become too complacent on having good faith, which isn't realistic. And that's one of the last things you want as a man who's awoken to the truth in a black pill perspective. So, yeah, I just wanted to share my input on why so many men lack the confidence to really pursue things they want in life or just believing in themselves in general. Because if you're a guy who's had bad experiences nonstop left and right, and you're told to believe in yourself, that stuff will literally get you killed. At a certain point as a man, you have to look at reality for what it is. You can't keep lying to yourself. And that's one of the fundamental things of having just self clarity really puts in your understanding. So do not have blind confidence for no reason, guys. Don't listen to any of the normies or these ideologies that are meant to keep you in a box, just caged, experiencing even more suffering than what you're already going through. Because that's all that type of thinking will do for you. But you guys take care. Let me know what you think in the comment sections. And like I always tell you guys, stay away from the modern woman. Thank you.